Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. If you find the video useful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button, and follow me on all the socially things that are scrolling past on the screen right now. Today, I'd like to talk about substance abuse disorder. I was going to talk about drugs, but that's a bit more controversial and a bit more less YouTube algorithm recommendy. And this is a bit more wide-ranging anyways. It's probably better that we do it this way. First of all, I need to start by saying a little disclaimer. If you found this video looking for advice on giving up drugs or something like that, don't use this video in that way. I am not a drug expert. I am not knowledgeable in getting off things. I am not a doctor or a medical professional or anything like that. This is specifically about substance misuse disorder, substance abuse disorder, as they pertain to BPD and NPD, not just in general, whatever. Okay, so with that out of the way, this is quite a common one. Substance abuse disorder. Drug addiction, that's a problematic term. But it affects a big proportion of us, both in the BPD and NPD camp, because substances, and we'll talk a bit in a minute about the range of those, are a great way of either feeling better about yourself, or at the very least, not feeling as bad about yourself. And the trouble with that is all the bad things that come along with abusing a substance of some kind. Okay? We all have a different one. I think we're all picking from a range of things. I mean, there's only so many things we can choose to do with varying levels of harm that come with them. But we all pick our different ones. Mine is weed. That's my thing. That's the stuff that I use because I've decided that it in some way helps me. These things can start off recreationally. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you that all drugs and substances are bad. I'm not that hypocritical. I'm a big fan of some of these substances when used correctly and in the right context. And I'm in danger of getting political here. So I'm not here to tell you off, and I'm not here to judge you, and I'm not here to say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Because I've probably done that at some point, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's wrong, because I don't believe that it is. However, the truth is you can definitely reach a point with a lot of things where they start destroying your life. I'm lucky in that mine was weed. It's a relatively low impact thing to use on a regular basis. Okay? There's no massive health concerns that come with it. There's no physical addiction that comes with it. My own desire to use it is entirely mental and internal to me, and is actually related to all of my problems that I think I'm dealing with somehow. Of course, there are much worse ones. The obvious ones are things like alcohol, cocaine, anything bigger than that. Personally, I think alcohol's the most damaging and the worst. I'm prepared to be wrong about that and see statistics and that sort of thing that prove otherwise. But in terms of living your life and functioning and being a person and doing what you can to get through all the other things you're dealing with, alcohol's probably one that will really damage you. But you can go all the way to the other end, things that seem relatively innocuous. Food. Just food in general. Food's great. You gotta have food, need food. Food's lovely. But what you don't need is all the food all the time. What you don't need is to sit and eat that tub of ice cream while you watch that movie, and then to sit and eat another tub of ice cream while you play a video game afterwards, and then to eat biscuits throughout the night and throughout the next day, and to constantly be cramming in chocolate for a sugar rush and a bit of a dopamine hit and all of that sort of thing. Food can become as harmful and damaging as any drug. You know, this is why we're talking about a substance misuse. Any kind of substance can be misused and used to harm yourself with in some way. Some might take longer than others to actually have that negative effect on you, and the negative effects will be different. But there are so many things that you can start to use as a crutch when you're feeling bad. And ultimately, that's what this all boils down to, isn't it? Right? We're going numb. We're trying to do something, whatever that thing may be, that just makes us not feel like shit for 10 minutes. That thing that says, if I just have this, then I'll be alright. And it becomes a comfort. It becomes borderline essential. We convince ourselves that we need this thing. And so we keep doing it. And depending on the thing that we've decided we need, that then might become a problem in itself. Ultimately, you could quite possibly end up having to deal with BPD and or NPD and or alcoholism. And you can't deal with the first two before you've dealt with this new magical evil third thing that's come along, because that's just going to screw you over even more. And I don't have any help with that, right? That's the important bit to take away from this. Dealing with the substance misuse in and of itself isn't actually entirely related to the BPD and NPD. We create a new problem that we have to live with and deal with. This is a totally separate thing. Yeah, it came from over here, and we still have to deal with those things to stop it coming back. But we've made a new thing to deal with, which is quite annoying, to say the least. If you've made it this far, the chances are that you know what your thing is if you have one. And the chances are you do have a thing, right? There are places you can go, people you can see, services you can use that will help you deal with that. I strongly recommend that you do that. I don't want to pressure you into anything. I don't want to tell you that you're doing something wrong or that you're a bad person. That's certainly not true. But whatever it is that you've chosen subconsciously, I think, I don't know that we actively choose the thing we're going to abuse. We know that that's not a good thing, right? We know this. As I keep saying throughout a lot of these videos, really deep down, you know what's wrong, right? You know what makes you feel bad. You know what you do every time, and you think, why am I doing this again? And the substance misuse definitely falls into that category, doesn't it? The why am I doing this again? I don't really want to be doing this and all that sort of thing. That's the sign that it's a problem, right? When you're doing something and you genuinely know why you shouldn't be doing it, and you're not really enjoying it because you know why you shouldn't be doing it. This is all part of it. But it's a new problem. It's not part of the NPD and the BPD. It needs dealing with separately and alongside with those things. I get the feeling that if you to try and just remove this substance, whatever it may be, it is to some degree a level of support. It's something that you've found comforting or helpful in some way. And to just remove it and pull it out and go, that must never happen again, feels quite damaging on its own. Of course, you must try to pull it out and never do it again. It's something that's very bad for you potentially. But don't lose sight of the fact that you got there for a reason. Something pushed you into that situation. Something made you feel like you had a problem that needed fixing, right? And so at the same time as you're dealing with this, you now have to deal with those problems as well. They're sat here just making you feel bad and ready to say, you know, another spliff would really take the edge off this. I know you're not trying to have any more weed, but if you just had a spliff right now, everything would be fine. And you've got to have that strength to say, no, I'm going to not have that spliff. I'm just going to deal with this thing, whatever it is. And I'm sat here full of shit, right? I can't do it. I can't just switch it off. I can't just stop doing a thing. I know it's bad. I know I don't want to. It's bad for me. But at the same time, it's that crutch. It's that feeling of, but if I don't have it, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to not sleep. I'm going to just enter into this downward spiral, and I'm going to go on a rage, and I'm going to go on a rampage, and I'm going to shout at people that don't deserve it. I'm going to smash shit up. I'm going to, just because I didn't get this thing and I just need the thing. And the truth is, you don't really. You don't at all. I've convinced myself I need the thing. And I've been so caught up in it for so long that I really am believing my own bullshit now. And to break out of it is an extremely difficult thing to do. And maybe I can keep you up to date on it. It's something I'd like to do, but as I sit here right now, am I taking active steps about it? Well, no. Not really. Maybe this video will help. Maybe just going over this stuff helps me, but I don't want to think, I don't want you to think that I'm some sort of expert on this, that I can just switch stuff off and give it up immediately, because I can't. And then you get a cough that comes with it. I don't like it anymore. I don't want it anymore. And yet, I feel like I do like it and do want it. There's a subconscious and conscious battle going on. It's quite unpleasant, to be perfectly honest. So if you don't have a thing, I recommend seriously not getting a thing. And if you do have a thing already, then I hope you can find peace with it. I hope you can get some help. There are some amazing people out there who will do whatever is necessary to help you. But you need to go to them. They can't come to you. And I hope you can find the strength to do that. Because you can get better. Okay? Well, you take care. I'll see you later. Bye.